There are all kinds of advances in technology and fillers and things like that. And we try to stay up with all those. We try to review them, look at the scientific information, and try to cull out the bad things, the things that are just hyped up processes that don't really work. Sometimes we are fooled. Most of the time, you know, we pick out the right things. There are a couple new things that we're introducing tonight. One is the Vanquish, which is a radio frequency device for killing fat cells. Currently, radio frequency's been used, cold has been used, like the Cool Scope, and ultrasound has been used. All of those are designed to try to destroy the fat cells. The ultrasound and the radio frequency are used to heat up the fat cell selectively, disrupt the fat cells so that the macrophages in your body pick up the particles and carry them off to the liver. The Vanquish is a new device. It's made in Czechoslovakia, but it's sold here in the States by a company, I think, out of Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a paddle that goes over the skin. It doesn't come in contact with the skin. It has sensors so it can adjust the heat, the radio frequency that's going in, so that you never overheat the skin. The skin gets heated up to about 40 to 41 degrees centigrade. The fat goes up to 44 to 45 degrees centigrade. And it's all based on the impedance or the obstruction, the resistance of the tissues. It basically heats up the fat cells so that they die. Currently, it's being used around the midsection, the abdomen, the love handles, the hips. A newer paddle is coming out at some point. What?
And the buttocks.
But a newer paddle is coming out where we can treat arms and lower extremities. But it's the first FDA-approved device with no contact to the skin. It doesn't require an operator to move anything around where the operator is going to get tired or you might get a hot spot. It takes 30 minutes. There's no downtime. You'll experience a little redness. It may feel a little warm for a day or so afterwards. The main things are you have to be well hydrated. So you want to drink a lot of water the day before, the day of, and the day after. And you should, as much as possible, try to avoid alcohol and caffeine, anything that's going to dye-your-reach you and get rid of the water. So you want to be really well hydrated. If you're well hydrated, you're not going to experience anything other than some warmth. If you're poorly hydrated, you probably shouldn't have the procedure done. Just wait until you're better hydrated. So that's the Voluma. It's made by Allergan. It's the same company that makes Juvederm and Botox. It's been approved by the FDA for the cheek area, the chin, and what it does is it gives you an instant volume increase. So when we inject it in this area, on flat areas, depressed areas in the cheek area, by increasing the volume, it actually gives you a little bit of a lift. But it also improves all those depressions and flat areas that we get as we age. And anybody over the age of 50 understands that things start to fall, and on your face you'll get a bigger cheek pad here, you get a little depression here, and it kind of comes down. So with the Voluma, as we inject it, we can actually see it plumping up, so we can see a little lift occurring at the same time. The nice thing about it is it lasts 2 years, up to 2 years. So you get an instant feedback, and it lasts up to 2 years. It's mixed with a little bit of lidocaine so that when you inject it, you'll feel a little pinprick through your cheek. We put it right down on the bone, and the lidocaine will give you some pain relief and some improvement in the discomfort. It's really not very painful to begin with. 82% of the people in the original study actually had some additional Voluma put in 6 weeks, 2 months later. Because the thing is, you don't want to overcorrect. If you overcorrect, it will eventually resorb, but it also costs you more money if you're putting in more than you need. And I try to be conservative and put in a little bit on both sides, watch it for 6 or 8 weeks, and then if we need to put a little bit more in, we do the same thing. Incredible innovations compared to what we've had. And as as the cosmetic industry moves forward, we just see improvements on all the technology. The radio frequency has now reached the Vanquish stage. The filler, this is a filler for soft tissue in this area, but we've got the Juvederm for the little wrinkles in the skin, and now we've got something that gives you instant feedback, and you can improve the cheek areas. So, are there any questions at all?